Hello, hello. Welcome. This is Vicasso's live stream. You're just waiting for people to join. So let's just start with some introductions. I am Thais, the product manager here at Vicasso. Say hello to Howard. Hey,
Hello,
Howard.
this is Howard. Yes, hey, I'm here. I'm the director of product at Vicasso. And Thais, we are joined by someone new. Who is this person who graces our presence?
It is an honor to have her. It's Megan, our new product manager. Welcome,
Megan,
Megan.
hi.
Awesome. Hi, guys. Yes, my name is Megan. I'm the newest product manager at Vicasso and super excited to be joining the Vicasso team.
All right, awesome. So we have to start this live stream with a little forward-looking statement. And the reason we have to do that is because we're going to be talking about some stuff later that we haven't released yet. And we want you to know that it's there. For the most part, we are doing greatest hits. So for that, I'm going to kind of turn things over to Thais and let her get started and go through the agenda.
Yeah, so our agenda for today is going to be, I actually don't see, yeah, now I
There we
see it.
go.
It's a little slow. So our Act 1, we're going to talk about some cool features that we released this past year, and some of them you might not know about, so stay tuned. We really want to show them for you. And then intermission, we're going to take some questions, see what people are curious about, if they have any questions about any functionality that we are demoing. And then for the Act 2, and to finish things off, we're going to talk about the roadmap, some features that we released, what is coming up for 2023. So we have some really cool things to talk about there too. And I guess we can start with the demo and showing you all of the cool features. So let's move over to my demo org. And I am actually going to start talking about Case Merge Premium. And I briefly want to mention auto merge, where cases can be merged without user intervention whenever they meet the defined auto merge criteria. So that can be both on case creation or for specific status changes. And we actually had a dedicated live stream a few months ago where we showed you everything about auto merge. So Megan is going to drop a link for that on the chat so you can check that out. And another great feature from Case Merge Premium that we want to show you today is the duplicate case utility bar component. And it's this component here that sits on the utility bar. So here you get an org-wide view of all of the duplicates and can start resolving them from here. So you don't have to navigate to different list views or individual records at all. You can start resolving your duplicates from this one place. And this is particularly productive for support managers or if you have a person that works in a triage role. So I'm going to show you how that works now. So you have the utility bar component open. I can toggle between some of the list views for cases that I want to view. And then I get all of the duplicates that I have here in this org. Just remember that this is a demo org. We have few data to work with. So I'm just going to open up the second group here. And we can see that there is a case that Christine opened, and she is reporting an error, HTTP 404 not found. Then we have two other cases that match the same description from the same account, but then the second one is for Arthur. So I'm not going to treat that as a duplicate today because it's for a different contact. So I'm just going to dismiss that one from the group. So I'm not going to merge those cases together. And then the third that was in this group is another one from Christine. So she's probably just thrashing all of our channels and opening cases. So if I wanted to start the merge from here, I would just simply click on this drop down and start the merge from here. So after that, we would go to that manual merge screen where we can start the merge. And then if I wanted to say that none of these are duplicates, I could dismiss all of the cases from the group as well from here.
So something I love about this component is this is really great for people in triage, but also this shows you cases that you own where there might be duplicates. So imagine you might have a case in progress that you're working, and then a new case gets opened up for that same client. It's going to show up in this utility bar component for you. So you don't even have to like go to the case and then have the detector run. This will just run right from the utility bar. I'd be really curious to know for current Case Merge Premium customers, if you have this in your utility bar, If you don't, I would drop it in there and try it and, get that running. But I'd love to know how many people are actually using this because it's super duper useful and it often fills that gap between do I know if I have duplicates or not? It kind of lets people triage that duplicates are happening without having someone staring at the queue all day.
Yeah, I love it too. And I personally use it in my org. So yeah, I'm always all the utility bar components that we have for case merge premium and case flags, for me, they are game changers. And with that, we are going to transition to case flags. So let's talk about the toast notifications. Case owners can be notified right on their Salesforce screen if one of their cases has been flagged or if it's about to escalate to the next flag level. So this is a great way of moving away from email notifications because we all know that emails, they become irrelevant to you soon. So by the time that I look at my inbox, a case might not be flagged anymore or it already aged. So it's not relevant for me to work with that sort of information. So as we just saw, the toast notifications, they display here in the middle of the screen, and setting those up in the setup wizard is very easy. There is no limit to the number of notifications that you can have, and it works for both the default and the custom aging speeds as well. And the text for the notification can also be set to your liking. So you can have the case number, an account name, because we do support those merge fields for you. But
So it really sounds like you could just get rid of email notifications in case flags, right? Like those can just be a thing in the past.
oh yeah, absolutely. And one important thing for the notifications to work, you do need the case flags component to be running in the utility bar because that is what triggers the notifications to go out to the case owners. And in the examples that we are showing you here, we have notifications for a high priority case, so a P1 case. So every time that it's flagged or it's about to escalate to the next flag level, I'm going to get notified for the cases that I own. Which brings us to how we can follow up with the clients. So we're going to transition to talking about email to case premium now. So I'm going to open a case, and here in the timeline component for email to case premium is where I can see a chronological events of all of the comments, the status changes, priority changes, so I can track a lot of fields for me to see in the timeline. And I actually want to go to the new comment page. That's where I'm going to reply to the client. So I'm going to click on public comment. And now we're going to start talking about some really nice features that might save you time and just make things a lot easier when working on the new comment page. So for this case, I'm going to reply to this client, and I could easily start typing my comment here, but for this demo, I'm going to use a canned comment. So I'm going to use the login access request because we need to take a look at what's going on. So for this particular case, Megan is going to be working with me. And I really like to have an easy way of adding her to the recipients list. So I can just mention her in the body of the message at Megan, and then I select her from the drop down. So I'm going to tell the client, Megan and I would like to take a closer look to see what's going on. So you can see here that if I go to the message recipient, she was automatically added to the to line, which is awesome. So if I wanted to add Howard here too, I could easily do that just by mentioning him and just clicking in the drop down, and he would also be added there. And if I remove someone, they become available in the available case recipients list. So I could easily just move him over to the CC or the BCC or not include him at all. Which brings us to the next feature. So here I'm asking the client to grant us login access. So I would really love to include a visual with the instructions of where they actually have to go to grant me login access. And we do have a nice feature with the new comment page where you don't even have to navigate away from here to include that screenshot. So if you click on this button here, it says insert screenshot. I can select an entire screen, a particular window, or a Chrome tab for me to get that screenshot, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to get the grant login access, and I'm going to click on share. And you're going to see that I'm redirected there, and then Email to Case Premium just took that screenshot straight from here. So as soon as I go back to the new comment page, I'm going to see that there's a file just waiting for me. I can rename it or I can just leave as is. So as soon as I click OK, we're going to see that file added in line with the comment that I'm typing.
To me, the thing for the number of years, clients have always asked us, like, how can you integrate with other screenshot tools and stuff like that? And so much has gotten easier now, especially being able to include the screenshot tool directly. But we're also supporting just straight copying and pasting of an image from your clipboard. So if you right click on something in like, oh, I just got to grab this, right click and then paste it into the new comments page. Lots of really great refinements. Overall, you'll notice that Email to Case Premium in its composer window is acting more like a traditional email composer. The way that, a lot of our support teams were using just email. They were using Outlook or they were using Gmail to do support. And then they were asked to go into Salesforce and provide support. And we heard over the years that the resistance was they didn't mind using Salesforce, but they didn't have everything that their email composer gave them. Email to Case Premium is really delivering on so many of these things. In fact, there's one more thing on this email composer that is like just super duper impactful. Now, what is that thing? Because it's one of my favorite new features. And I think someone on the live stream, it's also his favorite new feature. I see a guest on our live stream who's a friend of Vicasso, so to speak.
Yes. So we're going to get to that one in a bit. First, I actually want to talk about the feature that made all of that possible, which is draft comments. And I can say that it's absolutely one of my favorite features of Email to Case Premium, because when I used to work with our support team, I just didn't want to waste any time or any of the typing that I was doing. So draft comments can actually save everything here that I'm typing, and it can also save field edits that I'm making. So let's say I'm going to change the status to with customer because I'm going to reply to the customer. I'm going to pick a case reason. And then if I wanted to change, let's say the problem, I'm going to put case split because it's one of our apps. Everything that I'm doing here is being saved every 30 seconds. And then the comment body is saved also whenever I click away from the compose new comment section. So just to illustrate this, I'm going to go back to the case. Let's pretend that I got away from the new comment page. Something happened. I can see here in the timeline that the draft comment is saved, and I can easily edit that from here. And I'm coming back to that new comment page where you can see all of those changes saved for me. So I'm not losing any of the work that I've done so far. I see that Megan is still here. It even remembered Howard, that I thought about adding him, but then I just decided not to, but he's still there. And then all of the comment with the screenshot that I took. I love it. It's the best.
And that's even saves the like, oops, I closed this tab or I got distracted and did something else. It's just all there waiting for you. So when you go back to it, wherever you were at, we're just saving all that stuff in that draft comment, field updates, inline images, recipients, all this really good stuff. It's a really, in all fairness, it's sort of, I don't feel like there's a reason that someone would say, oh, using Outlook is now better than using Salesforce with Email to Case Premium. Email to Case Premium really fills that gap and then gives you all of the productivity of things like using case flags for your prioritization, using case merge to get rid of all those duplicate, like all of the things that we would want to do for that. I feel like now we're going to get to that feature that I thought I was teasing 4 minutes ago. What are we getting there now? Because I almost feel like we should have planned to have that feature go out in 5 minutes from now, not right now. But
yeah, sure. So if you want to send a comment 5 minutes from now, or let's say that it's Friday afternoon, you know that your client is not going to look at their email over the weekend, and you want to make sure that this comment goes out on Monday at 8 a.m. Or if some reason you know that someone is on PTO because you saw that auto response email that you got from them, you can schedule comments for the future. And to do that, draft comments needs to be enabled. And then on the new comment page, you just click on this clock icon that says schedule comment. And then I just select the date that I want. Oops. And then the time, I'm just going to do 8 a.m. And then I click on schedule comment. Whoops. I guess today is tomorrow. That's better. It's
we
good
can't
that
change
we are
the
smart.
past.
Yeah,
We're
we
not
can't
time
time
travelers.
travel. But now my comment is scheduled. Um, just be aware that if there is anything that changes on this case, so let's say the status has changed or a new inbound email came in, that schedule is going to get canceled because that means that I have new information to work with. So I really do need to analyze that case to see if the client said anything that is relevant, that changed. So I need to make sure that my comment going out is just makes sense. It is relevant for what they said. So yeah, just got to pay attention to that. And now the last feature for emailed case premium that I want to show you, you can see here that we just got a notification. So I'm in the middle of composing my comment and then the client responds to me. So that means that I don't even have to go away from the new comment page to see that that new comment was added. So I can navigate here, scroll down, and then we do give you a timeline at the bottom of the new comment page so you can see what was added. So there are actually 2 emails that just came in. So we see that they responded, they are thanking for the quick response. But then I also see that there are some uh, files that came with it. So we even get a preview of all of that. So it's really nice because that also helps with making sure that I'm replying with all the relevant information. So
So it
now,
sounds like when you're composing, you're getting a notification that shows up and says, "Oh, there are new replies that you should take into account." Those new replies will reset your schedule because you're going to want to read the reply before you reschedule that. So that's important to know. But it's also really nice as you're composing, you don't even have to leave the new comment page and you can see things. So
mhm,
it sort of like pulls all these things together where that support agent doesn't have to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They can just kind of write the comment, live there, get everything done, schedule it for later. If it turns out they shouldn't send it later, it will show up as, in our case, if you're using case flags, a flagged case. Nice.
yeah. Yeah, and we can see that now that we know that an inbound came in, we had a scheduled comment that got canceled, but if we go back to the case, it's still saved as a draft, so I didn't lose any of the work. So now that we are back on the case, let's migrate to talking about files layer. So you can see here that files layer, we have this component where you can see all of the files that are attached to this case. And if you missed our latest live stream that we had in the past, where we presented you with Slaybot, we are actually hoping to see it work pretty soon here because we know the demo god sometimes likes to play a little trick on us and make things work a little slow. But Slaybot runs in the background every time that the component is loaded on the page, and it can automatically remove social media icons, company logos. So anything that it gives a 99% score that it is a logo or a social media icon or anything that it's not really relevant for the life cycle of the case, it automatically gets rid of that for us. And I'm
Of
just
course, I was going
thinking,
to say, of course, it's like Slaybot's going to be very shy during this demo. Do you want to give the page a
always.
quick refresh just to see if you can kick
Sure.
the door? One of the disadvantages of demo orgs is we're constantly adding data, changing data, doing things with lots of test data. And FileSlayer definitely likes it when everything's sort of running normally.
There you go.
So there you can see it's now slaying all those images that came in. But
Yeah,
I feel like it left some of them alone.
it did. Because Slaybot is really smart. So it's going to look at those square images, those small icons that really look like social media icons that you see in the signature of the email. So yeah, it's very smart. It does what it has to do. So it saves storage space for you automatically. Your agents are going to save time because they don't have to remove each file individually. Yeah, so enabling Slaybot, we highly recommend that you do that. And Megan is also going to drop that link for the live stream here on the chat so you can take a closer look if you need more information about that.
Now,
And the
something that's happened, I see
mm,
that there's 2 files with that computer image. You've got 1 cat, 1 dog. Good that we saved the pets because seriously, Slaybot does not want to harm anything living. But there's 2 files for that computer image. Talk to me a little bit about that.
yeah, So that means that there are two instances of the file. So we are actually duplicating the files here because, with that email back and forth, with multiple people getting added through email threads, sometimes they just send us the same file multiple times, and that gets added to the case record. So with Files Layer, you can easily remove the duplicates and just keep one copy of that file. But then we can go one step forward for you. So we do have a feature that's called delete duplicate files on individual records. So if you enable that in the setup wizard, you're not going to even have to come here to the component and remove the duplicates and keep the original. We're going to do that for you. So every time that there is a duplicate file and it matches the same hash code, because that is how Files Layer works, it has to match the same hash code. So we are automatically going to prevent those files to be added or remove them from the case record, giving you a clean case to work with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And saving storage.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's just an added plus of everything.
Nice. This is a ton of improvements that have happened over this last year. It really sews a lot of the pieces together. It's really nice to kind of see all these things coming together, knowing where we started and trying to build and improve the products. Sewing it all together has been really, really nice. I think are we ready for questions? Is that what I'm thinking?
Yes, question time. Do we have
All
anything on the
right.
chat?
Nothing yet on the chat, but I would encourage anyone, if you do have questions, definitely throw them in.
I see a new on the chat. I saw a new feature request, which is auto email signature detection and removal. We kind of already do that in email to case premium, so that when we do those clean case comments, we do look for the standard breaks that are in most mail programs, how they compose email. So we are also pulling those things out. But I know what the question really is, which is things like looking for like legal disclaimers or some kind of text matching that says this is information that we don't need. It is something that I have often thought about, and I'll say forward-looking statement on this. I've often thought about the way to do it and how we would have to make sure the guardrails are as such that we're not deleting useful content. Anytime you remove data from our process, if data doesn't exist, you don't have a lot of like if you don't do it right, you don't have a lot of tools to fix it because the process has been done. We don't want to reprocess the email through the service and kind of like try again component, like this time process it without removing everything. So we have to figure out a way to get it like really 100% right. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in a world of hurt deleting content that people actually wanted to keep. I think about one of the situations that I often will see in email threads where someone will take an existing email and then they'll reply to each line as kind of indented separate ones. That kind of mix of email content gives processing tools like what we do in email to case premium, it gives them a fit. So we have to kind of deal with that scenario at the same time looking at something and saying, well, this kind of looks like this kind of language, be it legal disclaimers or what have you. And then you have a conversation where someone's redlining a contract inside of a set of emails that's going back and forth with email to case premium. And so all of the things that act like legal disclaimers are actually what you want relevant to the conversation. So there's certain things that email to case premium isn't going to be good at yet. And I like it. It's so funny. I'm like looking over here in the chat. So like, so nice. All right. Should we do our little like in summary slide here? Like these are what we've seen.
Sure.
All right.
So we just want to make sure that you remember all of the features that we talked to you about. So let's recap Case Merge Premium and Files Layer first. So auto merge, you can enable auto merge 3 different ways. Go watch that live stream, but it is there. And With the auto merge indicator, as you see here, you get a one-click fast forward button to merge the cases. Next up, you can start resolving the duplicate cases org-wide. So if you're a support manager or that person working in triage, this is great for you. Be sure to check that out. We highly recommend it. And then Slaybot, enable that for Files Layer. You're going to love it. It's just going to save you a lot of time and storage space. And then make sure to enable that feature to prevent the duplicates, because why not? I mean, it's just going to make your support agent's life a lot easier working on those cases. So make sure to enable all of these features for both Case Merge Premium and Files Layer. And next up, we have Email to Case Premium and Case Flags. So move away from email notifications. They are not relevant. Toast notifications is the way to go. Be sure to check those out in the setup wizard. You can customize the text for them, use merge fields, so it's very relevant for your support agents as well. Then we have the new message notification. It displays on the top and then on the warning bar as well. So every time that you get something new while you're composing the comment, just saves you time. And enable draft comments. You get all of that saved for you, all of the changes here. And then you can also schedule the comments to go out, which is a really, really nice feature. And then make sure that you start using the screen capture tool. I feel like most people don't even know it's there. So we showed you how easy it is to use it. Check that out. And then at mention to add recipients just saves time, and it does it for you. It just goes to the to line straight from the body of the comment.
Nice. This is all really great. It's funny.
Yep.
One of the questions that I saw is, when is File Slayer coming out? Yes, it's out. Slaybot is working. It is ready and waiting for you. I would direct you to the App Exchange, where you can, hang on a second. Where's my shameless marketing slide? I gotta get that. I have to, oh, that's forward-looking statement. I have to go, the shameless marketing slide. Warning. Yes, File Slayer is available for the low price of whatever's listed on the App Exchange. Slaybot is just a feature inside of File Slayer. Get it now before in the future the price might go up, because we tend to raise our prices on an annual cycle, and it is still 2022. While we're in 2022, contact your local Vicasso account executive, and they will help provide you with a quote and a demo of File Slayer with Slaybot. This is a recording.
Awesome. And next up, product roadmap. Howard, can you take that over?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can absolutely take that over. And if we don't remember, we do have our forward-looking statement. So I'll give you my official note card. For those of you who've seen me on calls, I'm always with this card, is like my most used note card that I show on the screen. It's super duper important. So the first thing that I actually want to talk about is a product that we don't talk about too much with our Service Experience Suite, and that's because Rapid Products is a Sales Cloud product. One of the big innovations that we had this year for Rapid Products was we converted what was a program that was really geared towards Classic, and we initially had turned it into a Lightning experience. So it was still Visual Force, it was still acting kind of as a transition thing. This year, we rewrote Rapid Products pretty much from the ground up. Rapid Products is now a first-class citizen in the Lightning experience. Instead of clicking a button to launch Rapid Products like in a modal, Rapid Products now acts as a Lightning Web Component on the page itself. So you don't need to launch Rapid Products when you're on an opportunity or a quote. The Rapid Products component just sits there and allows you to quickly add line items, things like that. No separate quote extension that we used to have to do. It's all just in the single in the product, one component, really easy to work with. It has some extra very cool features. We have this concept around discounting. Traditionally, discounting is done by percentage. You say, give them a 10% discount, or give them, 5% discount, whatever that is for the discounting. And you would do it at a per line item rate. So now what you can do is you can do discounts by percentage, but you apply a global discount. So that will take, let's say you've got 12 product line items on your quote. It will put a 12% discount across all of the products. Well, I don't know about you, but when I negotiate with another vendor, I generally don't say, I want a 3% discount or a 7.2% discount. I'd say things like, that quote is for, $11,600. Can you make it an even $10,000? And if you've ever done a negotiation like that and then tried to figure out how to make your line items work for that even $10,000, you want to take $1,600 off. So now with the global discounting, you put in a dollar amount discount. You say, take $1,600 off this quote. And then Rapid Products does all the math for you and calculates it so that it evenly distributes the $1,600 off all of your line items, instead of having to create like a separate line item that's your discount amount kind of thing. Like we can just give you, we do the math for you. We make you not have to figure out what the actual percentage is. It's really, really nice. So that's delivered. You can use that today. Super duper great. Love that. Looking forward for Rapid Products. This is a Sales Cloud product. We are going to be doing a lot more in Sales Cloud in the future, and I'll talk about that in another couple minutes there. The next iteration of Rapid Products, we see it turning into, how shall I put it? I'll call it CPQ Lite. So CPQ has lots of complicated rules and things that you can do. We found that when people have said, we want Rapid Products to do X, whatever X was, what they wanted was the ability to create a kit so that you could say something like, oh, we have a collection of 5 products that act together. So we want to be able to create one line item that knows that it's 5 products and they work as a single unit. We also get the request of a bundle. We want to take these 5 products and treat it as a group, but we might want to alter things inside of that group. So bundles and kits is functionality that we now, with this new design of Rapid Products, all as a Lightning Web Component, we can start doing the things that we need to do to bring bundles and kits. We're also going to do a templating concept. A lot of our clients have quote templates where they're like, we know that whenever we sell a particular product, we have a collection of things that we might edit, but we want to be able to like start everybody off. So imagine that a template is a combination of line items or bundles, or actually not or, line items and kits and bundles in a pre-configured, this is our starting point. That's something that we really feel like Rapid Products can grow into as a full-featured sales tool. So, you know, lots of good stuff there, fun that way. All right, email to case premium. This one's kind of fun because this is a component that I've been wanting to do for a while. We are still a bit encumbered by what Salesforce licensing lets us do. A lot of our clients who are email to case premium users, they will then say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do an Experience Cloud site for my customer community. Can email to case premium work in Experience Cloud? And the answer traditionally was, well, not really. Like you can send email back and forth, but in Experience Cloud, you're just going to see like standard case comments that you would see in Experience Cloud. Not great. So we have created a component. We actually use it in our own community. So if you're a client of ours and you have a case open, go to our community. You can use this component because it's been running very smoothly for quite a while now. We've opened this up in pilot. So if you're an existing client of Email to Case Premium and you have Experience Cloud, we will allow you to use the Email to Case Premium Experience Cloud component in your community. We have to get you to an agreement because you have to license this for everybody in all your clients. We don't want you to have to pay the standard Email to Case Premium licensing cost for that. So we're doing it in pilot right now. We create a separate agreement with you for you to get access to that. We have a number of clients who started using this, all with great success. But imagine giving your clients the ability to compose a reply with all of those same tools that your agents get to use, inline images, rich text formatting, all that stuff. So now, whether your clients reply through your community or through email, they're getting the same experience all the way through. So it's very, very cool. I love this feature a lot. This is, ooh, I love that comment. I gotta remember that. That's a great idea. So, you know, interesting. Anyhow, this Experience Cloud component, it is available today through pilot. We anticipate once Salesforce licensing becomes available that we can then sell a line item specific to this component. We'll be able to open this up so that every one of our clients can benefit from that. My thing on this is just let me know where you're like, let me know where you are at with your Experience Cloud site. We will help you get this component in place for the right reasons and such like that. So talk to us about it. We'll open that pilot up for people. Next thing. Oh my God, this is huge. This is a massive lift, by the way. We anticipated this. This is taking longer than we expected. That happens sometimes when you're building some pretty great stuff. A lot of our Simple Survey clients, we did a lot of proactive work in the spring to get you ready for this massive change that we're delivering very, very shortly. And by very shortly, meaning like January. Like, have in your brain, in January, I will get this new cool stuff, which is great. What you're going to be able to do is, there's two big pieces of this. There's tons of big pieces of it, but I'm going to simplify it to two things. Number one, you will have new questions as your starting question. So traditionally, you had a CSAT score, 1 to 5 stars. You had an NPS score, 0 to 10 rating, and you had a thumbs up, thumbs down, or no question whatsoever. We are adding the ability to do Likert scales. Likert scales are those things like I strongly agree to I strongly disagree, ratings that are anywhere from 3 points to 11 points and all the gradations in between. So if you want a 7-point Likert scale, you just say 7-point Likert scale and we're good for you. Different kinds of emotions that you will test. We have a lot of pre-configured stuff and really like so many things that just make this easy. So you don't have to manually type out strongly agree, neutral, strongly disagree, strongly disagree. We don't want you to have to type any of that stuff up. You just tell us what emotion you're going for and we've got everything ready to go for you. We have medical pain scales in there as well. So for those people in the medical industry that are looking to get possibly a lobby experience or a waiting room experience and using Simple Survey on an iPad, medical pain scales are waiting there for you as well. Very, very cool stuff. All of these new question types as the first question, you'd be thrilled. You'd say, that's great. We love that. Except now they're all embeddable. So this means any of these questions, the rich formatting of the stars, of the pre-configured sort of nice, easy to touch points, this is all going to be in any question in the survey, whether it's the first question, the second question, the seventh question, what have you. Also, all of them addressable via skip logic. So if you're looking for sentiment of like 3 stars or greater as your third question, you'll be able to do that. If a Likert question says, well, when we have a strongly disagree, show another question. This is all going to be configurable through the survey builder. No fanciness required, just in the survey builder, pick the kind of question, the sentiment that you're going for, the visual presentation of it, how the skip logic works, all really great. And underneath all of it, the entire survey builder has been rewritten so that it supports all kinds of amazing things. We're even doing we're going to do something from an import standpoint for language translation. So if you're a customer that's using multiple languages for your surveys, we are now going to give you a way so that you're actually going to be able to download an Excel spreadsheet, send that to your translator, say, these are all my questions. These are the things I need translated. They'll fill out an Excel spreadsheet. You can upload that into Simple Survey. We found that using the builder to do translations, the old option was Translation Workbench. That was terrible for everybody. It was a way you had to do it because of Salesforce. The way we're doing it now through this import process is going to make everybody's lives easier. You're going to allow your translation teams, whoever's doing the translation for you, to just work in an environment they're used to working in and not have to go through the survey builder to do it. Pretty great stuff for that. I am really excited about this new stuff for Simple Survey. We are going to be doing a live stream in January all about this. And when I say we are going to be doing a live stream, it sounds like I am going to be doing a live stream. I think Thais is going to be doing
Me.
a live stream on that. So that'll be pretty great. Actually, Thais and Megan are doing the live stream on that.
Yeah,
I'm just going
Megan's
to be in the
gonna help.
background.
Mhm.
So pretty cool. So Simple Survey, huge thing. The last thing that I want to mention, and this is I hinted at this before, but I'm going to ask this question. Many companies have sales teams. That seems pretty normal. So what I want to know is if your sales team also uses Salesforce. Chances are they probably do. We've learned a lot about how to serve clients through the Service Experience Suite. And we think we can do something really interesting in Sales Cloud. And the problems of serving your clients are uniquely different for salespeople. They don't have cases. They do have opportunities and quotes, things that Rapid Products was already touching. But we think there's a lot more to that experience. For example, imagine that your account executives kind of knew how to do account planning at scale, and they didn't have to make documents. So we're hoping that in this new application, we can help you figure out which of your clients you should be selling to, which products have the highest likely probability of selling, and making it possible so other people in your organization can be the eyes and ears for your sales team. So let's say, for example, this happens to us all the time. We are on a call with the client and the client says, oh, we love email to case premium, but man, we really need to do something about prioritizing cases. I wish there was a solution for that. And we say, yes, there is. And that solution is really case flagged, great for prioritization. But shameless marketing, sorry, where's my shameless marketing card? But we're not the sales team. So we need to send something to the salespeople that says, hey, they're talking about prioritizing stuff. Those eyes and ears for the sales team is part of how we think delivering on sales can be there. So if your organization is saying, we love your stuff, we'd like to try stuff for Sales Cloud, please let us know, because we anticipate having initial sort of look-see at what we're doing in the next, let's call it 2 or so months before we're ready to do that part of it. We'd like to get some more feedback as we go. This is a product that I anticipate releasing in the first half of 2023. And we're really excited about it. Really, really excited about it. It's pretty remarkable. It's kind of been taking all of the oxygen out of the room for the last year for some of us involved in this process. It's a very big lift that we're doing. And we want to do it right. And we have a lot of plans for this product moving forward. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Is there other questions at this point before we jump into stuff?
No questions yet, but again, if there's anything that you guys have, definitely drop it in the chat and we'll get to it.
Nice. All right. Thais, take it away.
Sure. So we like talking to you. We want to hear what you think. If you have any ideas, so feel free to schedule some time with the product managers. It's the three of us, so we can have a nice conversation. And we also have the Service Experience Suite group on the Trailblazer community. We're always posting about push upgrades, the live streams that we're doing, any new features. So be sure to join us, follow us there, and be in the loop for everything that we're doing. And if you ever need help, our app support team is amazing to work with. You can open a case on the community, you can chat with us, send us an email, or even call us. We are here to help. So just open a case and we'll be sure to get your issue squared away. And send us a review on the App Exchange. If you love our apps, if you're using it, it's very valuable for us as an ISV partner. So we do really appreciate all of the reviews on the App Exchange. And any questions in the chat before we end?
I saw one in there that was can we get a Vicasso on Vicasso? I think the answer to the Vicasso on Vicasso is, it's kind of like how we do our live streams in general. Like we always see what we're doing as a really good example, because, initially these products were made for us and our clients that were asking us for stuff. And we just started making these products and then eventually packaging them together. I could see us doing something like that in the future. So yeah, definitely. It definitely could be something very, very interesting. Let's see. I think that might be it. Are we done here? Should I bring back Megan and say hey, look at all of us. We're gonna wave goodbye like it's either Hollywood Squares or the Brady Bunch, depending on what level of screens that you're looking at. Megan, this is your first live stream with us. Thank you for helping out. Behind the scenes, a lot of people didn't know that Megan was doing things, and I'm sitting here going, watch Megan do things. So hooray for that. Thank you so much. It's really great to have Megan as part of the team. We're really, really excited to have you. But I don't see any other questions. Does anybody else see any other questions that I'm not seeing?
No.
No more.
All right. So with that, I think what we're going to do, Thais, is we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you all for coming. And, thanks for lack of a term, thanks for being a client.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.